Disney uses a more vintage logo to remind the audience that they have made this movie before, and are now ripping off themselves. This movie exists. Based on this logo transition, one can only assume that Disneyland is the man village.
Many strange tales are told of this jungle.
Narration. A boy raised by jungle creatures still feels compelled to wear a giant red diaper. Mowgli almost keeps up with his wolf brethren, even though they are wolves and he is a human child.
One of these days, you'll be someone's dinner.
It's amazing that he hasn't already been someone's dinner.
It was a dead tree.
How was I supposed to know it was dead?
Because it looked dead, and you're like 10 years old and should have figured out the difference between alive and dead, especially if you live in the jungle.
I knew he needed a people to protect him. It's why I entrusted him to the wolves.
If Bagheera entrusted him to the wolves, then why is he always within paw's reach of Mowgli? That doesn't sound like trust to me. Sped up time-lapse video for the sake of mood, I guess?
The water truce!
What the f*** is a bald eagle doing in the Indian jungle?
Whoa, don't forget the truce.
I know the law, Bucks.
The water truce, which is a big load of crap by the way, is a big load of crap. During the water truce, is it also the law that all direct predator and prey enjoy the water right next to each other? Or is that just for visual effect to underscore the peaciness of these times? Look at this green bacteria-riddled water they've all been drinking from. Just look at it. Somehow the CGI tiger in this movie looks even worse than the CGI tiger in Life of Pi. There are multiple wolves, rhinos, antelope, and so on, but there was only one panther, one bear, and one asshole tiger in this entire jungle. I think this movie was just an excuse to test the bounds of modern CGI, and as such is a failure, since that frog looked fake as Who is giving Mowgli haircuts with bangs, and where's he getting the shampoo and conditioner that keep his hair from getting knotted up like dreadlocks?
They deliberated and they argued.
Wolf Council of Elrond.
What do you think they're talking about?
The Cullens?
We raised him as one of our own.
But why? Why not just eat him?
I wish I could tell you that the wolves could have fought Shere Khan, but this is not that kind of a tale.
So what you're telling me is a pack of wolves couldn't take on one tiger? I find that hard to believe.
I'm bringing you to the man village.
You always said we're not supposed to go near a man village. You always said stay away from the man village.
Jesus, this conversation must have had some huge pauses to take place in so many varied locales.
Whoa. Elephants.
I mean, I agree, but I don't live in the jungle. Shouldn't he be used to them by now?
The elephants created this jungle.
How?
Because the jungle is no longer safe for you. You're being hunted by a tiger. Only man can protect you now.
Something tells me the point of this movie is the exact opposite of this statement.
What, now we have to bow to the buffalo too?
That's racist. Human child outruns African tiger, because of course he does. Obviously he survives this like he's f***ing Simba or something. Jesus, it's like the running of the bulls, only 99% more dangerous, which only makes Mowgli's survival here that much more unbelievable. You, movie. Are you trying to test how many he survives this sins I'm willing to write in a row? Challenge accepted. No, that's more bullshit. Instead of chasing the herd and Mowgli from that not very tall peak, Shere Khan decides to just stand here defeated, watching all the water buffalo and Mowgli escape with ease. I mean, he roars like he's angry, but if he was really angry, he'd have just jumped down and kept chasing them, so...
And where, may I ask, has he gone?
Does this movie try any harder than the animated classic to explain why the tiger wants so badly to kill Mowgli? No. No, it does not. Are you seriously trying to tell me this many wolves couldn't defeat this one tiger in a fight? Why don't they just jump his Shere Khan straight up kills a wolf, but somehow the dozen other wolves do nothing. Thank God for this rain avalanche so that Mowgli has a chance to be separated from these water buffalo and find Baloo and basically follow the original cartoon storyline. I mean, honestly, this is more deadly than any f***ing tiger. After surviving a crazy stupid fall down a rocky mountain, Mowgli will now Richard Kimball himself to freedom, because Mowgli is made of Play-Doh and is not actually human. God damn it, now the movie's ripping off the Foggy Bog from the never-ending story. Well, this dumb kid has the vertical leap of a f***ing rhino. Did the wolves that raised him skip jump training? Lieutenant John Dunbar and Two Socks called. They'd like their bit back, please.
Hey, it's mine!
Mowgli will yell this and chase after these wolf baby things despite the fact that he just lucked the f*** out in finding this fruit and literally reached up about 1 foot in the air to grab them. It's a jungle, dude. Find some more fruit. Don't wear yourself out chasing the first batch of thieves you encounter. Thieving wolf monkeys lead Mowgli straight into Shilum's lair, and I'm instantly pissing my pants and wondering if any of the elements of this story are original.
I know what you are. I know where you came from.
Well, then that means you know more than me, or this movie, since we started out with him as a man-wolf with no real backstory as to why. Also, movie rips off the bad guy, lures in the good guy by promising knowledge about his real family thing from... I kinda think of a good example right now. This is a common thing, right? Am I crazy? Oh, f*** it.
The red flower.
Movie gets away with a colloquial name for vagina that I was kicked out of 7th grade social studies for using.
Man's creation.
Everything is man's fault, of course. F***ing man. And wouldn't regular old lightning have made fire on Earth long before man anyway?
Who is that?
The traveler protecting his cub.
Wait, Mowgli can see this shit? Goddamn, this snake is f***ing magic. Why doesn't she just show him something that will cause him to act in a way that just ends this movie right now, eh? This is actually the first time I think I've seen Mowgli's backstory, such as it were, but this still feels like I'm seeing Bruce Wayne's parents murdered in an alley for the 10th time.
Shere Khan ended the man's life that night.
And then left without eating the baby because he knew this movie needed both a plot and a villain with a past connection to that plot.
He ran so fast, he didn't notice the cub he left behind.
What? He was fighting that dude in that cave for a good several seconds, and that cub was super visible and obvious like. You with this noise. Just say he was so freaked out by the eye burning he ran off and then be done with it. No need to tell lies to reinforce his retreat. The entire Jungle Book story, animated or otherwise, utterly hinges on a killer Black Panther deciding to take a fleshy piece of food to the wolves for adoption instead of eating it.
You can be with me if you want. I'll keep you close.
Look, if Scarlett Johansson said this to me, snake or human or otherwise, I'd ask where I should sign. No lie. But Mowgli is way too young to be swayed by sexiness, so I'm calling bullshit on this seductive crap. He's like 9 years old, you perverts. Because this idiot snake took forever to wrap up, seduce, and then eat this boy, the Baloo Ex Machina is able to save the day, as Ex Machinas are known to do.
You're kidding me, right?
Movie character says to Bill Murray Bear what I'm currently saying to movie.
But I don't climb, and you do.
If Baloo doesn't climb, then explain to me how he got up into that tree to rescue Mowgli from Khan.
Winter's coming.
Discount Ned Stark is Bear. Mowgli's been raised in the jungle where bees live, but is utterly fooled by Baloo into going after this beehive. Are the wolves that raised him just really f***ing stupid?
A man cub?
Yeah, it's a man cub.
Can you believe it?
Are you sure?
This goes on for some time. These bees haven't swarmed Mowgli and stung him 10,000 times at this point. Pig licking. Yes, Baloo is having a ridiculous conversation with Mowgli right now, but my main concern is that Mowgli is still wiping honey all over his bee stings based on Baloo's lies a few minutes ago, but has yet to feel any bodily sensations at the sight of these bee stings that would communicate to him that he's literally pouring sugar on open wounds.
I'll take you there myself. Come on, let's go. It's getting late.
Mowgli blindly trusts the bear that just blatantly lied to him about the bees and the stinging and the whatnot.
What's propaganda?
Movie wisely cuts away before we see Baloo's answer to this question.
Do you think that's where I'm from?
I don't know, kids. It look familiar?
I don't remember it. All I remember is living with the wolves.
Why would you remember anything prior to being a baby? This scene is tense and all, but how the f*** did Shere Khan somehow wake and lure all but one of the wolf pups up this nearby mountain in the middle of the night without waking any of the adult wolves? Why did the wolf cubs even listen to this obvious predator?
I want him dead.
Just like in the cartoon, Shere Khan has a super unhealthy fixation on killing the man cub, which threatens him exactly 0%. Home Alone, the Jungle Book edition. Okay, I don't love this movie as a whole, but this playful bare necessities float down the river scene is fun and touching, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a sin off. Just one though, let's not get crazy here.
Oh, I was looking everywhere for you.
To be fair, you looked in one place and then almost got eaten by a snake and then stopped looking altogether. Mowgli is going to sneak away from the two individuals that care about him, simply because they disagree with each other. Or maybe he just really wanted to glimpse the elephants. Either way, Mowgli is stupid. How many goddamn makeshift ropes did he f***ing make, dude? And when?
I know he's special. I raised him.
But what about the wolves? I'm so confused, I don't even care anymore. Can you just skip to the CGI ending already?
Shere Khan killed him. He will stop at nothing until he has this boy.
Again, how does one 9-year-old man cub become this big a threat to the jungle's greatest predator? Why does he hate Mowgli seemingly more than he hates regular adult men from the man village?
The only way we can save him is if he goes to that man village.
But why? Can you explain that even one time?
I don't want you around anymore.
Baloo and CinemaSins and Harry and the Hendersons Mowgli. Also, is it just me or did Baloo just do a complete 180? He was telling Bagheera, nah man, let the kid be whoever he wants to be like minutes ago. Then Mowgli saves a baby elephant and all of a sudden Baloo's all convinced the kid needs to be sent home? The f***? These two adult caretakers once again let this helpless child get into danger simply by not paying attention. Bagheera and Baloo f***ing suck as babysitters, man. Oh god, Mowgli found the Crystal Skull Alien Temple. Everybody run! Also, somehow, the building CGI looks faker than the animal CGI. Go figure. Baloo is totally a discount Po from Kung Fu Panda, but whatever. I'm done with this movie at this point.
The red flower.
How did these coincidentally English-speaking jungle animals come to call fire the red flower? Because it grows super fast and destroys shit? Because it's so hot? Because it is orange and not red? Why tarnish the reputation of all the actual red flowers in the jungle with this misnomer?
But there's one thing I don't have, and that's the one thing you can give me.
The red flower.
Louie is fixated on getting the red flower, even though he could easily rule over the jungle by simply being the largest creature. He could just sit on Shere Khan and that would be the end of it.
What I desire is man's red fire.
Here's the second of the film's forced musical connections to the original animated film. Only, unlike the last one, this one isn't endearing or even plot important, and ends up feeling like Christopher Walken just has a must-sing-a-song clause in his contract these days.
Let me interrupt myself. I just gotta say, you guys are so much handsomer in person.
Movie gives Bill Murray way too many seconds of free time to just Bill Murray for a bit and then animate around that, for some reason. Wow, that worked. Movie revives the old sneak away while someone else lectures the bad guy routine, and I'm almost as impressed as I am bored. How do two modern apes movies get ape CGI so right, but this movie comes close to reminding me of Jumanji? How much of this budget was spent on the one human actor? Because it's starting to feel like way too much.
We'll try to hold them off.
Haha, try being the operative word, considering there are 600 of them. Too many seconds of these two heroes beating monkey ass, even though it's boring and useless to the story, and also hard to believe considering the sheer number of monkeys.
Think about it, man cub. We can rule this jungle.
This is just like the end of the first Transformers movie, when Megatron is chasing Sam and taunting him. Except somehow, and despite all odds, the Transformers scene is more entertaining than this one. Thank God for Mowgli, this soft landing tree was right outside the well. Who f***ing cares anymore? King Louie has been hoisted by his own petard. Because the animals lied to him about his wolf dad dying, Mowgli runs right back to the man village that he's never known as a home or a safe zone or even known at all. Makes sense. Geez, that is an unwieldy fire. No wonder all the animals are scared of the red flower. The humans build giant fires that are clearly hard to control. Instead of seeking his true lineage or man answers, Mowgli actually only returned to the man village to steal fire, because he wanted to go for a night run and he's a huge Olympic Games fan. Like, more than 2 minutes of him running with a torch. Every single animal in the jungle will be present for the big finale of this movie, while I will be asleep. Despite chanting together a moment ago, these animals all let the bear fight the tiger on his own, because they're a bunch of chicken shits. Shere Khan somehow lasts more than 5 seconds in this fight against 1,000 jungle animals. You know why you rarely see the kid and the tiger together in one shot in this scene? Because rumor has it the two actors hated each other on set, and by the end of filming could barely even acknowledge each other's existence, so they had to film their scenes separate from one another. True story.
How long did you really think you'd survive against me?
Honestly, I thought the bear friend alone would have been good for like 10 years, and that's not counting the leopard friend and all the wolves either.
Longer than your father did?
This dad comment gives Mowgli pause, even though he never knew his father, and totally bonded to Bagheera and Baloo in this movie way more than he did his adopted wolf father. And after all that man cub bull, the animals in this jungle finally decided to work together on cleaning up the goddamn yard. The elephants were able to divert enough water to basically put out this entire forest fire in an instant.
Bring all the jungle together for the very first time.
And all of the predatory animals went hungry and then extinct. What the f*** is this bull? Next time on Mowgli is an ignorant dick. Jungle races! Ever since CinemaSins began, the most requested thing has been TV Sins, and now it's a reality. Click the link in the description below to check it out. And now, the audio outtakes.
Once more into the fray, into the last good fight I'll ever know.
We'll be back at the end of the season, when the last leaf falls.
Have I got your attention now? Good. Because we're adding a little something to this month's sales contest. As you all know, first prize is a Cadillac Eldorado. Anybody want to see second prize? Second prize is a set of steak knives.
Who's out there?
Hello, I'm here.
I didn't just survive a wreck. I wasn't just blown up yesterday. I have been stabbed, shot, poisoned, frozen, hung, electrocuted, and burned.
We must destroy it before it's born. Kill Bella? Her choice affects us all.
Bella's human. Our protection applies to her.
I'm Sicilian. My father was the world heavyweight champion of Sicilian liars. From growing up with him, I learned the pantomime. There are 17 different things a guy can do when he lies to give himself away. Guy's got 17 pantomimes. Woman's got 20. Guy's got 17.